give up any points and make any mistakes. So it's always positive. Got a huge game this week, obviously UCA. Great football team. Coach Cox done a great job with the program there. And to be at the top of the conference every year consistently in this conference is a huge statement for his program and for him and his coaching staff. I think when we start looking at them offensively, they got some tremendous weapons. I don't know. We've seen some great receivers. We've had a lot of speed. I don't know if we've seen a receiving core with this many weapons in one receiving core. And the quarterback's an athletic, dual-threat quarterback, and again, they've done a good job of using it both ways. Defensively, they're a very sound football team. Don't make a lot of mistakes. Got some very athletic linebackers that are sideline to sideline. I think it's really, we're still in the process of trying to become, a better football team on a week-to-week basis. We're still looking for a breakout game where we can put everything together. And I think the biggest focus for us still is really about this week. There's a lot of exciting things going on, obviously homecoming, but we got to make sure we don't get too distracted with anything. It's for us, our part in this homecoming event is to win the game on Saturday. So, and it'll be a huge statement for us. It's a huge opportunity for us. And right now, our biggest goal is just trying to get to 4-0 in this conference. I'll open it up with any questions.
I think that's going to cover it.
Okay, good.
Their defense.
Yeah.
They seem to be like a big play defense. I'm seeing a lot of stops for losses and all that. What are they doing to teams?
Well, they're not a big pressure team. They're a 4-3, team. They have some good playmakers. Like I said, those linebackers are very athletic and can run and makes plays. They got real good safety. They've just been opportunistic and they do a good job up front. They're just a solid ball club, top to bottom, I think.
They've got 10 interceptions on the year. Are they reading the quarterback well, or what kind of defense are they showing?
They play a lot of zone and not a lot of man. So what you do is anytime you get tip balls, so like that, anytime you're a big zone team, you get a chance to get those interceptions. And like I said, they just do a good job putting themselves in position to make plays and make you beat them. They're not beating themselves.
Played a tough non-conference schedule, and you mentioned in the teleconference that it's helped see the different speeds of the game. Do you think that'll translate this week when you have a dual-threat quarterback who move around the pocket?
Yeah, we've seen some athletic quarterbacks, and we've done that. So I don't think it's anything. We're not going this game. We're going to see something we haven't seen yet. That's not going to be an issue on. So it's really just going to be about us executing, take care of ourselves, take care of our own job, and see if we can put 4 quarters together. Huge part on that part is you talk about the talent on the outside, but it is the ability to stop the run game, and again put them in those bad situations so we can tee it up and dial up some blitzes and be able to go get him.
How good is that quarterback? He's obviously made some plays individually and been able to do some things. I know your test for him is to show him a lot of different things. How well has he looked to you in terms of his able to pick up on stuff and recognize?
Well, he's done a good job of running their offense. Getting his playmakers the ball in their hands quick. They do a lot of screen game, short pass control underneath, and then they put it up and they have some athletes that can go up and make some big plays down the field. The biggest thing I think about the kid's a winner. He's winning. He's finding ways to win ball games late, and in clutch time he's come up with some big drive. You go to the McNeese game and score 10 points in under 3 minutes to win the game, and then to go to Sam Houston, same thing. He's got to come from behind to win the game. So when the game's on the line, this kid's he has thrived. That's when and that's kind of that. To me, that's the mark of a quarterback. Quarterbacks, not complete 30 balls during a game. That's great, but when the game's on the line, what does he do with it? And this kid scored points, and so he's obviously a great competitor, and he knows how to win ball games.
Is he maybe the slipperiest guy that you guys have seen?
I don't know if I'd say he's the slipperiest. I know this. He throws the ball well. Yeah, he throws the ball well. Makes good decisions. Runs the ball well. Doesn't force passes. When they do run him, he's a daggum good runner. I know they probably don't run him as much, just probably they don't want to protect him. I mean, he's pretty talented. What he does is he's efficient with the ball. I mean, that's the big mark is not usually. It's not yards, or he throws for 350 a game or whatever he's throwing for. Maybe he throws 400. I don't know. But that's not it. To me, it's your touchdown to interceptions. It's the completion percentage. It's and how you do in the games on the line and all those things. He's as good as quarterback we've seen all year. When you look at those things, he's as good as anybody we've seen all year. He may not have the arm that some of the guys we've seen. He may not be the numbers guy that some guys we've seen, but he's a daggone good quarterback.
How do you feel your defensive front match up against their offensive line and keeping them in the pocket and blustering them that way?
Well, that'd be huge. It's gonna be a huge test. We've done a great job of getting pressure all season long. I think we'll be able to get pressure. The question, like you said, the big question is again, can we get pressure and keep him contained? He's one of those guys. Yeah, it does become a bit of a problem that you get pressure and run him out of there. You run him out of there, he goes and scrambles for the first, and that's what I think that's going to be a huge test of the game is if we don't, we make him sit in the pocket and be able to deliver that ball at third long, and make him, throw from inside there, not be able to pull the ball down and go get a first down with his feet.
How was the off week for you guys, Coach?
It was good. I mean, we healed some guys up that we needed to hold out. We held them out. We've had some ankle issues. A couple ankles and shoulders, and it was good for those guys to get healed up, to get ready to go. So, like I said, I thought when we go in the Northwestern game, we're as healthy as we were, probably as healthy as we've been since the beginning of the season. I think right now we're healthier than that, and hopefully we're ready to go. I mean, I think we're going out with all cylinders.
Talked about their receiver core, and of course, your strength with the quarterbacks. Maybe you could talk a little bit more about how, that game within a game, but also you're going to be missing Kevin Roberts, and I just wondered what kind of impact that would have to, you saw the play, legitimate,
Yeah. I don't know how much I can comment on that. I can't really comment on that. Yeah. I mean, I know, let's say first of all, it's going to be an impact game because I thought Kevin right now was really coming in his own and playing about as good as we've had anybody play at safe position throughout the season. And so it'd be a big plus to get him back on the field. And it's a tough time anytime that you're looking at a senior and having to miss his homecoming game. I think that's tough for the kid. I hate that for the kid. But he's played well and done everything we've asked him to do, part of it. But we played probably 6 at the 3 safety spots. We've been playing 6 guys in their game. So we're just going to reshuffle it around, and nobody that hasn't been back there and started and has starting experience, playing game experience. So we'll put. I feel good about it. Just go on.
Which was his safety position? What did you call?
Well, the last game he was a free safety. He was a free safety. He started a free safety for us. He's played both. He's played all 3, the 2 inverts down, ram line. He's played free, and again he does bring me some. He's an athletic safety, so brings some coverage ability that would have been that's a plus in this game. So we'll move some guys around. We'll be fine though. I mean, we played enough guys back there that I don't think it's going to impact the game at all.
Can you expand on the matchup, with Roberson and against Robert and Todd, and I mean
there's some big
strength for you and a definite strength for them.
Yeah, there's some big. I mean, like I said, they're very talented. And I think the big one also is the guy Gandy lines up inside, and so that's gonna be a real challenge for our safeties. And we'll find some different things to do there, on third down, ways to get a better matchup on him, and it's nothing we haven't seen all year long. We've faced some good ones and done that. It's just we just got to play solid football and great communication in the back end, execute. I feel good about where we're going. Cover them when you can't get there, and if you can't get there, if you can't cover them, you use that.
Coach, ideally, these are the types of games that you want to be playing in. How big is it for you guys to be here hosting this game on Saturday? Right.
I think it's big to have it at home. It's a big game for us. Just and then again, as you win, each game becomes a little more important. So it's great to be at home, Strawberry Stadium. I expect it to be packed. I expect it to be sold out. I definitely expect to have a huge home field advantage. Our crowds have been great the last 2 home ball games. I don't expect it to be any different on that part of it. I expect them to be loud, and I expect this place to be a very difficult place for UCA to come in here and play. I think it's going to be a difficult environment on an opposing quarterback.
With a quarterback that's so accurate and dual threat with his feet, do you see yourself keeping up with the high pressure at the line, or do you see yourself dropping some guys in coverage or leaving the quarterback spot?
We do both. We'll give them several different looks on third down, and I think that's the biggest plus of things we do, is that for them to get a beat on anything we're doing on third down is really hard. Because we'll do it with 6 DBs, we'll do it with we'll rush with 5 linebackers, drop 3 out, rush 3. So we'll go into we'll drop 8, rush 3, and we'll bring 6 and man it up, and we'll do it a lot from the same same looks, and it's tough for I think it's really tough for a college quarterback to a lot of times to decipher what we're doing. So the big thing we've got to do is be able to make sure we can cover it when he just drops back and throws it up and tries to give his receivers a chance to make a play. We've got to be able to handle that. That's going to be a big part in the game. Make sure they don't get any cheap ones.
I know you can only play the schedule that you played, and you're 3-0. But is this, still a chance? The next chance to prove that this is legitimate. That 3-0 is no fluke. That this is a legitimate.
Yeah, I think a lot of. I think when you hear some other people talk and stuff like that, I think that we're still in the process, still trying to play for some respect. And that's on our shoulders. I mean, you got to be able to do that. And like I said, just taking one at a time. It doesn't change. We just got to, if you want to play for a conference championship, you got to win the games you're supposed to win. You got to win a few you're not supposed to win. You got to win the close ones, and and you got to show up every week. And you can't have off weeks. You got to show up every week ready to play. And I think our guys understand that, and they're buying in. I'm real excited. Really, just where our kids were there was buying in. I've been a complimentary to them probably all year long. I think their attitude and what they've done and the way they've handled their business, I'm pleased with it. I just, I want to see us take that next step as a program and put come out, click on all cylinders, have a breakout game, and jump on somebody from the get-go and keep it there. I'm expecting us to do that.
Didn't have any report card from the weekend, but I know that the week off, the running game has been a constant source of focus of attention.
Yep.
Did you get better in the off week at running the football? I mean, and talk about the progress of running the football, because the last couple of times out, especially the last game, it was pretty good.
Yeah. I think we did. I mean, I think the more every time we talk about you got 2 freshmen and Blaine, we got 1 senior and 2 freshmen, and every time those seniors get on those freshmen get on the field, they're going to get better with every snap. Just getting better of where the reads are, making decisions, not making mistakes, not making mistakes in the passing game on routes, protections, those type of things. That's what they are. I mean, they're freshmen. They're making mistakes. And we know that they're both going to be great players. And again, so I think we, that with a combination of Blaine in there, and I think we're better. I think we're getting better. I expect we just got to have a good week of practice. And I think some of our linemen are a little healthier, which is going to help. We spent a lot of time in the weight room last week, and so hopefully we're as strong and as healthy and as fast as we've been all year.
What type of advantage does that give you all, having that bye week, having that chance to get healthy? Where does that put this team physically and mentally going into Saturday?
You never know really until it happens and how the guys are going to respond to it. Especially the first time with this group of us being together. But I think right now, it's a huge advantage for us. I think the way our guys handled it, we came back in practice Sunday night, and our guys are excited. I think they're excited really just to be in the hunt right now. We're excited to be in the hunt and looking forward to the opportunity to go out there and play somebody and see if we can get better as a football team, and see what we can do.
You never want to hype a game up feel like there's like a target on your back being in first place in the conference? Maybe adding pressure or anything?
I hope there's a target. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some people, I think it's like that, there's some people around the conference, and I think, hey, if they're taking notice of us right now, that's great. I would think, because one of the things at the beginning of the season, I would love to sit at this point and say, if somebody was worried about us by midpoint through the conference and they were concerned about what we were going to do, then I'd have took it. So that's a good spot, and it's fine. But we got to win a couple more if we want to put the target on our back and really get a big bullseye. But I like that. I mean, I think I'd much rather play from the front and than have to play catch up and worry about what somebody else got to do. And that's the benefit of if you start out good with a couple wins, and you obviously get to play from the front and a chance to control your own destiny. That's what it is for us. I mean, if you want to still control our own destiny, then we got to get this one. Because we need to play great Saturday.
In the Northwestern State game, I noticed looking at it, you guys were able to spread the ball out to your receivers kind of all over the place. Not a lot of yardage for everybody.
Yeah.
But it seemed like some of those catches came in key times for you guys. The ones that you had.
Yeah. I think that's a position that definitely. And now they got 7 games under their belt, so we got to quit saying it's a rookie crew at the receiver position and all that. They're not. Now they got 7 games under their belt, and we talked about that. In the big, it's time to perform. And I think they did that. I think Nate did a good job with the passing game and of being efficient with the ball and doing the things we asked him to do. And again, we got Rob involved in the offense a little bit. It helped. Although we didn't see the completion, we saw 2 pass interferences, which were big plays, really for us, and so I think more progression is good. We got to do better in the red zone. It's big. And if I was saying anything about negative right now, going back in that game, was that we kicked some field goals, which is great. That's great. We kicked the field goals, successful with it, but if we score touchdowns instead of field goals, that game's put away in the third quarter. We're all having a good time in the fourth, and it's not as near as close as it should have been. I mean, it had to have been. And so we got to do a better job of that. We get down in there, finishing the drive and putting points on the board. That's just, like I said, it's a step where we're at. But I see us every time we go out, we give them something to emphasize on, and they've answered the call. So maybe I need to ask them to score 50. So. Okay.
Guys,
All right.
thank y'all.